Welcome back to Talking Lead. This is episode 46, and we're back at the Nashville Armory again, 2 weeks in a row.
Man, how fortunate are we?
Very. I love this place. I love being able to record the show and stare at a giant wall of guns.
Wish this could be like the new lead quarters.
I know. We need to get the owner to build us like a studio up high, up on y'all's crow's nest. We just record every week.
Let's just start making demands, shall we?
Yes. Where's Gary? Where's the owner?
I want. I mean, we're lucky enough to get this table, so.
So how was your week, gun-wise?
Gun-wise, my week's been good. What did I do this week?
Well, while Left Hand's trying to think of what he did this week, we'll go ahead and introduce our buddy over here.
I got Dane Bramage.
Dane Bramage?
I got Dane Bramage still.
Well, you know what? I'll talk about my week. I had a good week.
Tell us what you did in guns this week.
I have a little side job. I build websites here and there.
We all have side jobs.
It's actually turning into more of a...
wow, I wish somebody would work on our website.
It's coming. I'm not paying me. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you are.
So I went to a local gun shop, and we'll announce it once it's finished. And I got some new guns. I got a Mosin Nagant. I got a Marlin 30-30 lever action.
Well, we can go ahead and announce them because we're going to be talking about them here in a little bit anyway.
I just don't want people going to the website yet.
Well,
because it's not ready.
Well, they don't have to go to the website, but they can look them up on the internet and get their phone number and address and go check them out.
If you're in the Columbia area, it's Northside Gun Shop, Columbia, Tennessee. Go in there and talk to Gabe or James or anybody in there. They're all great guys. Probably
sometimes you'll see us down there too, just hanging out, being idiots.
Every now and then.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Columbia in South Tennessee?
It's in Middle Tennessee. South Middle.
South Middle? So why is it north side?
South of us.
It's the north side of Columbia.
Oh, okay. I understand that now.
The name throwing you off?
It is. Because I was going to go towards, Clarksville, and I get lost. Wrong gun store.
Oh, Lord.
So let's go ahead and introduce our guest, too, so people know who we're talking about.
Are we going to introduce you as your real name, or are we going to do the code name like we talked?
It's up to you. I answered everything, actually.
It's up to you.
My family cusses me out.
You're going to be
how's it going?
You're going to be known internationally now. So what do you want to be known as? Like I picked Left Hand to start off with, and I'm stuck with it now. So.
Well, then let's go ahead and use the real name then.
It's Scott. Scott, the other guy from the Nashville Armory that we have been trying to get on the show for a while. And let's go ahead and reveal it.
Talented guy, too.
Very talented guy, because he's the guy that I kept talking about.
Sings opera.
I do, part-time.
I kept talking about the holster that I had made for me. And he kept saying, I don't want to talk about it yet. But Scott is the one that made it for me. Very nice holster.
I dabble in the holster making.
Yes.
In the concealment area.
And it's called Ronin. Right?
That's correct. Ronin Holsters. Which
is a Robert De Niro movie.
It's a Robert De Niro movie. There's a movie coming out with Keanu Reeves.
There's also a Marvel character
named Ronin.
Yep.
Yeah. But this is the holster company.
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you have a website?
Do kind of have a website. I guess it's all work in progress, but I need to talk to you about it. Apparently you do websites.
Yeah, so, I can hook you up.
Yeah.
I'm needing a holster, too.
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah.
Everybody's on Facebook.
It's going to take a lot of holsters to afford me, though.
Or I can just make one large holster. How about that?
Yeah, just one giant holster.
Exactly.
It fits the top of my car.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah, so we've been trying to get Scott on for a while, and we have Sean here with us too. He doesn't know I was going to call him out. He's chugging his NOS energy drink.
Getting a little liquid encouragement over there.
Well, before we get them arguing together.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jackwagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
So who's the Jackwagon of the Week this week, Left Hand?
All right, so there's this guy that, I don't know his name, what to pull it up. Apparently he goes around impersonating military people to get free bloomin' onions, free admission to wrestling matches, free drinks, whatever he can mooch off people.
Yeah.
But he's got this video that he's posted where he's admitting what he does, and I guess he's trying to get other people to do it too, but he basically is just spitting in the face of our military and our veterans.
Yeah.
By doing what he's doing, and he makes no bones about it. He's very blatant in what he's doing, and he can care less.
We'll post the video on Facebook, but when you see this video, you're going to want to jump through the screen.
You're going to want to wring this fat nut's neck.
He's a douche nozzle. Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, he's a douche nozzle.
There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
Are you going to play that?
Yeah, I'm going to play a little snippet of it.
All right. Take this person out back.
I wasn't recording.
Oh, it's all right. Hey, how's it going?
So you're saying what?
I'm saying there should be some kind of amendment, I guess, to the law that's already in act. stating that we should be able to do as we please, take this gentleman out back, do what we need to, because that's actually, it's a...
Track the guy down.
I'm not saying kill the gentleman. I would say just,
make his life very miserable.
talk to him very sternly.
His YouTube username is Johnny B34435. It's JOHNNY B34435.
Are you on the thread? Now, again, this is, I don't know for a fact that this is this guy's contact info, but...
Yeah, you could. We'll post all this on Facebook so you can find it. But here's just a little snippet of how annoying this guy is.
He's obviously got mental health issues.
Oh, I decided to have a little fun this Veterans Day weekend. My usual way of doing it. See, just for the sake of irony, and just to really stick it to all you, I made up a costume a few years ago. 2 of them to be exact. For Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Basically a fake. Medals I never earned. Ribbons never earned. Patches never earned. And a little hat. And I hardly ever wear hats. But this one's for a special occasion.
Because he's got a big fat head.
It's got my veteran status on it.
I can't take this guy anymore.
Cut him off.
He's the most annoying.
You know what his voice sounds like? And I think he's trying to do it on purpose. Is he sounds like Gomer Pyle from Full Metal Jacket when he's going nuts?
Yeah, he kind of looks like him
in
too.
The can.
Yeah, I can't take him. But anyways,
by the looks of his picture, it looks like he needs all the free food he can get because he can't afford everything.
Yeah, he needs some blooming onions, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So Johnny B, all those numbers. I don't even want to say his name. He's so freaking jackwagony. Welcome to the jackwagon train.
He actually gets to be on the rails where the train can run over his fat ass.
Goodness gracious. So Scott, how'd you get into guns originally?
It's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that. Is that going to be part of the questions that you asked me?
Well, we just asked you.
Okay,
so you kind of got to answer now.
Dang it. Well, going back when I was a little child, even going further back,
a wee little boy.
A wee little womb. Yeah, and when I was in the womb, actually, my father, like everybody else, pretty much everybody else, was introduced with guns from my father. My father was in the military. He retired in the Army, so I always had guns at a young age, and it's kind of weird because my father, he retired as a supply sergeant in the Army. Supply sergeants are typically in charge of the arms room in the military. So I had a lot of guns at my disposal. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because my father also was somewhat lazy of a man. So when it came time to go qualify or shoot his weapons, he would bring me in the next day to clean his guns for him. So at a very young age, I was able to
learn how to clean.
I did. I learned how to disassemble, 1911s, M16s, stuff like that at a very young age. So yeah, I've always had guns growing up.
Of those guns that you were exposed to, what was your favorite back then? Would you say?
The M60.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah. The big hoss.
At a young age, you got to mess with the M60.
Yep. Like I said, we had a whole arsenal of guns at his disposal. So he, to this day, he laughs about it because he knew he had the dirtiest gun in the arms room because he knew he was going to bring his son in to clean it for him. But yeah.
But then it was the cleanest.
Right. I guess I did my best. Yeah. It was pretty clean, or he made me do it again.
Did you get to shoot it?
No.
He didn't let you shoot.
I couldn't
clean it, but you couldn't shoot it.
I couldn't go out and shoot with the active Army guys. But we had our own guns at home, so we'd go to the range from time to time and shoot.
What was your first personal gun that you had?
One that I purchased, or one that was given to me?
Well, no, it was given to you growing up.
Actually, the first gun that I can remember, which is weird because we have one here I put off to the side, I'm about to buy here pretty soon, is a Savage Model 24, which is a double-barrel over-under 410 22 long rifle. That was the very first gun that I owned.
Scout rifle, right?
No, it wasn't the Scout rifle. It was before the Scout.
Isn't the Scout kind of like that?
The M6 Scout. I actually have one of those. Yeah. But yeah, this is the wooden stock version of it.
Gotcha.
It's a double barrel 22.
It was over under. It was a 410 and 22 long rifle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Single shot.
Ooh, I would see that.
Yeah, I was so little that I couldn't even hold it up by myself. My father had to hold it for me while I would pull the trigger. My first gun.
Cool.
And we finally got one in used. I'm buying that joker.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, so tell us about your military law enforcement. background?
Okay, pretty simple. Like I was stating, my father was in the military. My grandfather was also in the Army. I am the third generation in our family that has been to some type of war conflict. So being an Army brat, as they call it, I grew up in Army bases, stuff like that. And during my teens, I guess, I decided I was going to rebel, like most kids. And I said, no, I wasn't going to join the military. I was going to go on to college. Mm-hmm. Because my mother was kind of pressuring me. So you're going to college, you're going to make something for yourself. So I went to college, did that thing. And it was some reason, I don't know what happened. I woke up one day, I said, I have about $30,000 in student loans I don't know how I'm going to pay for. So
it's funny how those build up, right?
It definitely does. I actually graduated with a criminal justice degree, and I got this wild idea that I was going to be an FBI agent, some kind of federal. So with that, a criminal justice degree and a military background, it was the best bet. I would get in there in the FBI, no problem. So I decided when I graduated college, I joined the Army, went airborne, 82nd, did that for a little while, got out, joined the Guard. So I'm currently in the Guard now, and it's
What are you doing with the Guard right now? Can you talk about that?
I'm just an average. They call it M-Day soldier. I'm just that 1 weekend a month, 2 weekends a week, or 2 weeks a year, pretty much.
2
all I
weekends
do.
a week. That's pretty tough to do.
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
You got any cool airborne stories?
No, not really, except for, let's see, probably the weirdest thing. I've had some guys almost had their heads ripped off by accident, but it didn't happen.
By accident?
Yeah, it didn't happen.
It almost happened by accident.
Yeah, they got the sack line wrapped around their neck before they jumped out. I did witness a guy break his femur.
Ooh.
I was on the drop zone. They call it the DZO's drop zone. You're just pretty much out there doing the wind media, readings and doing just different things out there. And I was sitting there waiting for some guys to jump out of the airplane and land. And we just observe it, make sure everything's good. And off to the distance, I hear a snap and just someone just yelling at the top of their lungs. And we pretty much walked over there because it was so close. And the guy, he broke his femur, and we had to call the ambulance to come out there and get him.
Is this like from a practice jump? Or?
It's just they're all practice jumps basically.
Was this from a live helicopter?
It was from a live helicopter, not an airplane, from a C-130. Yep.
Oh crap.
Yep. There's a lot of things. You'll get some. There's trucks on the drop zone, ambulances that usually sit out there. You'll hear about guys just landing on top of the ambulance. They're smacked on the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or get stuck in the trees, and you have to go and get a ladder.
Did you ever know
or something.
anybody whose parachute didn't deploy?
Actually, I did. I knew one guy that, I take that back. It did deploy, but it was his reserve at the last minute. His main canopy didn't open. So within so many seconds, you're supposed to pull your reserve. He pulled his reserve, and it didn't fully inflate. So only a few feet from the ground, it finally caught. But when it did, he still was getting the full speed. He hit the ground, messed up his back. But
he didn't break anything then?
No.
Cool.
And when it comes to pop culture, I know you're a fan. I don't even have to ask you the question, do I?
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
What's your go-to movie, book, song?
Well, the thing is, I'm a movie man. I don't really care for video games.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be addicted to video games, but my wife told me she wouldn't marry me if I continued to play.
Good choice.
But as far as movies go, my most favorite when it comes to guns is The Way of the Gun. I don't know if you've seen this movie, but it's an awesome movie.
Yes.
I think I've seen it.
It's got that Del Toro guy from Hunter.
Yeah, Benicio
Del Toro.
But the coolest part is the opening scene when these two guys are sitting on a car, and this dude and his girlfriend are in a line for, I guess, a nightclub, and that girl is Sarah Silverman, and she starts cussing and stuff, comes down there.
She's on the jackwagon train.
Yeah, I remember that. But what's really cool is one of the guys just clocked her. That's how they started the fight. They just pushed everybody to the side and just clocked her. But no, The Way of the Gun is actually one of the movies I like best because they actually use proper gun handling, reloads, movement techniques, and all that stuff. Most other movies, you just see them shoot
so
and move.
Those guys
and all
actually
that
got a good technician.
They
on
did.
Set.
Whoever they got was pretty good. Boom That Saints after that. Any John Wayne movie, of course.
So when you were addicted to video games, what was your video game?
That's a good question because I remember one weekend I started playing a game, and all of a sudden I looked up, and it was like Monday. And I think that was Sonic the Hedgehog, and I just quit playing after
Sonic
that.
the Hedgehog.
Yeah. So I quit. Yeah, I quit playing after that.
I was thinking Oblivion or something like that.
Something that sucks you in.
Contra stuff, the old school stuff.
Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, exactly.
Call of Duty. Have you played any of the Call of Duties?
I did once, but I just don't get in that stuff. It's better to do it for real than it is to play it.
Well, yeah, but you can do both.
That's true.
This is the day and age where you can do both.
That's true,
brother.
But I just don't get in the games. Like I said, it's just.
I won't hold that against you.
I appreciate it. I don't, I don't want you to judge me or nothing.
I figured you probably, if you were, you'd have a really cool gamer name.
I'm in the same boat.
If you were to have a gamer name, what would your gamer name be? Not that your wife's going to hear this show.
Fluffy, I don't know.
Fluffy Mittens?
Fluffy Mittens. I don't know. Whichever.
Mittens.
Fluffy Mittens 7283?
Maybe.
I don't know. Just made up
did you take that one? I'll take it if you don't use it.
You can have it. It's
I
yours
appreciate
now.
it. It's not.
Somebody just shot something really big behind it. I heard a big boom.
Is there or has there ever been a firearm in your collection that you, maybe just a little bit of you, it was ashamed to admit to owning?
Definitely.
Definitely, okay.
Of course, everybody has one, even if they say they don't.
You'd be surprised. Yeah.
They say they don't.
A lot of people won't admit it. So.
They won't admit it, yeah.
So you're a big man to admit it.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. I still actually own it.
You still got it?
Oh, yeah.
And what is it?
It's the Kel-Tec 380 with a Crimson Trace laser.
Ooh, you even put a
The Crimson Trace laser costs more than the
It did. The only reason why I bought it, which is funny, is because a time in my life I started wearing a lot of overalls. Liberties, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a little pouch in the front. It's like a kangaroo pouch.
Yeah.
You can't really conceal many guns wearing overalls. So I wanted to carry something small enough where I can put it in that pouch, and I'm still protected. I'm out mowing the grass or
There's
something.
your next holster, is an overall holster.
There you go.
I actually own a belly band that I use sometimes.
Yeah,
but I like to use it as a girdle more than anything.
Now, when you wear your overalls, do you go commando?
It depends.
You wear Depends. What?
Yeah, exactly. I do. on Super Bowl Sunday.
Nice.
I've been wanting to get me a pair
Of Depends?
Yeah, of Depends. So I could wear overalls.
We had a little story earlier that you may have been able to use those. So what is next on your gun wish list, your bucket list?
Like I said earlier, I'm going to buy that Savage next, but one gun that I want to get, I would love to get, is a PKM. PKM is it's actually a PK machine gun. It's a Kalashnikov squad level machine gun that shoots a 7.62 by 54R belt fed. It's awesome.
So have you found one? Are you looking? Or?
Oh no, I can't afford it. Let's just say that.
What does it run?
Well, we can only buy as a civilian. You can only buy them semi-auto, and there's
you can't
only
even get a.
I'm hitting on the Patriot.
No sir,
really?
No sir. Yeah, there was one company that was producing them for civilians, and they were running several, almost 10, 12, somewhere around there. It was let's say a lot of money, and I don't have a lot of money anymore.
I never have.
So we're going to talk about. We have another guest that's coming too. When he gets here, we'll talk a little bit about newbie guns, and you can help educate.
I want to talk about. Let's talk about more about holsters.
That's what I was going to say. Concealment.
Actually, can I jump in?
Well,
let's do this.
Kind of why you're here.
How about let's do a EDC check?
Oh,
how about that?
Oh, he's calling us out.
I'm calling you out.
Shabam!
EDC check. What do you got? You're the guest. You go first.
Well, I just got done working, so I carry a little bit more than normal. This is
you're packing a little bit more than normal.
Yeah, I'm packing a little bit more than normal. But what I like to do is a little game. I like to show what's in my pocket and let people figure out what I have. So I have these two things. I have a Glock magazine. Yeah, it's a Glock 17 mag. Okay, with a nice cool. I don't know if you've seen one of these. It's a Magpul Ranger plate for the Glock mag, and I have a speed strip, a 38 special right there.
Yes.
So can you figure out what I'm carrying?
Looks like you're going to be hunting
Pink
werewolf.
Well, no, those are just
those are breast cancer bullets.
Those are breast cancer bullets.
Really?
What are they? The critical defense with the pink
they
insert?
Are. Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
It's the critical defense
38
light.
specials.
I say revolver.
That is a revolver.
Little
yes.
snubby.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
It would be is it a Ruger?
No, sir. It's Smith & Wesson.
Smith & Wesson.
I'm carrying a J frame. It's a Smith & Wesson J frame.
All right.
That's one gun.
Okay.
All right. Now, as far as the Glock magazine, what do you think
Glock
I got?
17.
No, he's throwing us a curveball here.
Oh,
he's
it's a Glock 26, but you're putting a 17 mag in it.
Possibly.
Well, you got to tell me if I'm right.
Actually, you are kind of right.
Kind of right.
I'm actually carrying a Glock 26 and two Glock 19s.
2 Glock 19s and a Glock 26.
Yes, sir. That's,
You do
that's
carry
fine.
a little more than
I do.
And a J-frame.
And a J-frame. As
Okay.
far as guns go, like I said, I've got the backup bullets. I have a couple flashlights.
What kind of flashlights you rocking?
One of them for work purposes is a Streamlight right here. It's a small
Yeah, that's neat.
AAA battery for multi-purpose use. And then I have this, what is this? Night core. Yeah.
How many lumens is that?
I have no idea.
a
It's
lot
bright.
because he blinded me with it
Yep.
earlier.
I'm a light guy, so
Like, I'm going to guess around 500.
yeah,
Around
it's a good
500 lumens?
it's a good one.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not only do I rock that, but also the Streamlight TRL1 on one of my Glock 19s. So I have a thing about flashlights. I love flashlights.
So, where are you concealing all these guns?
2 Glocks on my hip. Actually, one's appendix and another one's left hand.
You're carrying a gun on left hand?
Yeah, I am.
Wow.
He's
Are
my
you-
backup.
Is the appendix?
Left hand is your backup.
I am lethal. Is that with the light? Is that one?
That's the one with the light.
Is this one of your holsters?
That is one of my holsters.
Okay.
And then I have this other one, left-handed.
Left hand, what are you carrying?
Well, I'm carrying his guns right now.
Exactly. I got enough for everybody.
What's your EDC house?
Looking at his guns.
But let me go back. I'm not even done. Look.
Oh, are you serious?
I have this knife.
Is that a karambit?
Yeah, he's
That
not done.
is a karambit.
Is
I
it a
was gonna
fox?
say,
That is a fox.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I use that for defensive purposes. And I also carry a box blade for cutting purposes.
yeah,
I
that's
want
nice.
that.
Now, people
Fox
say,
karambit.
to include my wife, she says I may be paranoid, but I like to explain it as I'm not paranoid, but I'm prepared.
Prepared.
But going off of all these guns that I'm carrying, I also have a first aid kit on me. I have an ankle holster that actually carries all my first aid medical supplies.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Now, is that one you designed?
No, I actually bought it online.
Cool.
But yeah, a little kind of off the
is that
side
the
note.
26?
The 26 is on my other one.
Oh, your other ankle.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you got
I got an
you got
ankle.
one on each ankle, one on each hip, and then one in your pocket.
Well, this was in my pocket. I
Right.
have the 26 on my ankle and the medical kit on my other ankle.
So no, you got a medical kit on
Medical
one,
kit.
firearm
Yeah.
and a, okay.
Yeah, correct. Because I listen to you guys, but a lot of people don't talk that much. There was one gentleman that talked about medical stuff, but it is proven that you're going to wind up using medical training more than you will firearms training.
Oh, sure.
So everybody knows from Boston and all that stuff that's been happening, even to include a lot of accidents lately. A lot of people are dying to
Right.
certain things.
So that was the Markle show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a firm believer to always have some type of medical stuff with you.
Awesome.
All right, so let's see what's in your kit.
You're going to go that far?
Hell yeah, man, this is awesome. We've never had anybody that's had this much crap on them.
See that?
Wow.
You know, because I
He had
do.
a whole,
I'm telling you, man.
training bag wrapped
God.
around
Oh,
his
yeah.
ankle.
I have.
Is there a protein bar in there?
No, that's in my backpack.
Okay.
I carry. I usually carry a seatbelt cutter, but
Well,
I,
you got this right here.
I do, but I usually carry a dedicated seatbelt cutter. In this
your kit?
In this kit, it has a.
That's like shrink wrapped.
It is. This is a. It's called an Izzy bandage. Anybody that knows anything about medical stuff, it's a 4-inch Izzy bandage. It's
The emergency bandage.
Emergency bandage. Yes,
Hemorrhage
sir.
control bandage.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's got the clotting factors in it.
It does. It has some. I also carry quick clot combat gauze.
Ah, for the
Right.
extra
Stop.
clotting.
Stop bleeding.
Vacuum pack.
I also carry
Airway.
a nasal pharyngeal, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yep.
Sterile
Nasopharyngeal.
lubricating jelly.
Yep. And I also have a tourniquet. I used to carry a needle for tension. Was it
Tension pneumothorax.
Yeah, that big word. But I had some people in the medical industry, some people that I trusted and believed, and basically I quit carrying it due to the fact that the ambulance and the medical support that's required will be there in time for me to. All I'm basically doing is just keeping the person alive. If it goes that far, where I have to use that needle, it's I might as well just pass it off to the professional that's going to be
Right.
there. So you have to be trained to use it.
Unless you're out in a remote area, you
Well,
may need to.
I don't go to remote areas.
Oh, okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm usually working, and it's not remote here.
They don't send you out to the boondocks.
They don't.
For this job.
But you know, I carry this. I carry most of this stuff because I do work in a gun store, and the reason why I do it is to educate people.
Well, no, you're not done yet.
Oh,
You still got more stuff. You still got other stuff.
What do I have?
You got your autograph pins.
Oh yeah, I got pens. You gotta have a pen. You know, you gotta write stuff down.
You got your tack shirt on with your pins in there.
Yeah, but this is work related. So I
You
gotta
got
do
your
that.
watch.
Got my watch, my cool bracelet.
Is that one of those
talk about mine now?
stress relief bracelets?
No, sir. This actually, this is one.
Call
it's
me
a-
sir.
I call everybody sir. I'm from the South.
Call me.
I'd rather call you sir than ma'am. How about that? No, this,
ma'am.
This is
Please
a
call it ma'am.
this is a bracelet. It has two gentlemen, two guys I served in the Army with that or killed over in Afghanistan. So I carry that with me every day. Like I was saying, I carry all this stuff because we get people a lot of times come in and say, I'm looking for something smaller to carry. Mm-hmm. I need something easy to conceal.
Right.
Well,
and then you can just show them.
I'm concealing all this stuff.
And they didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
mean, know.
We've seen you here. We've been here about an hour and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I never get all that on you.
Zeke knows about the Desert Eagle incident. So.
He'll carry a Desert Eagle appendix, and you won't even know he has it.
For almost a whole summer, I carried a Desert Eagle appendix.
Just to prove a point.
It's because you're half Asian.
Yeah, that's true. I am half Asian. But no, it was because it was my summer wear. I like to go bigger in the summer. And in the wintertime, I wear constrictive clothes, so I like to, wear smaller guns.
I got you.
But no, it's just...
The ladies like it.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah, I just like I said, it's just to teach people to show them that it's not about the size.
He has won the most prepared EDC check
of anyone we've ever had on the show. Yeah.
Now, once again, I am working and I don't wear all this stuff.
Jaeger gave him a run for his money.
Jaeger didn't have a first aid kit on him.
No, yeah.
This was on his person.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got this on his person.
The reason why I did that is because you have to wear cargo pants and a lot of weird stuff just to get medical kits. If it's on your ankle, you can carry it anywhere you want. It's not cumbersome. It's not going to stick out. You can wear whatever you want. Jeans. I usually wear pants. I don't wear shorts because I have knobby knees. But
so, Left Hand, what are you carrying? EDC.
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
Glock 22.
Correct. Crimson Trace.
Black
Hawk.
The rape whistle.
Nope.
No.
Don't have it on me today.
Wow.
But I do have the neck knife.
Okay. Cold Steel.
And
then ankle is 27?
Nope. 23.
23.
Rocking the Glock 23 on the ankle.
I got Glock 19. Oh, you got more.
Well, let's see what else I got on me here.
What are you grabbing down there?
Oh, it feels good. Get you a handful.
Oh, no.
No, that's it. That's all I got on me. Then in my bag, I've got some other stuff.
I got Glock 19 inside the waist. I've got Glock 30 ankle. And I have my SOG Trident. Glock 30's new. I'm going to shoot it for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I know. I want it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I actually have a funny story. I used to carry some OC spray.
Really?
I used to. It was for your non-lethal defense. It's sometimes easier to just go in and spray somebody with some OC or pepper spray and turn around and run. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to worry about cops.
Or laugh at them. As they hit the ground.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes that might fix an incident. But my funny story about that is I actually had some in my pocket. And my wife accidentally washed my pants with it in my pocket.
How'd that turn out?
Well, it wasn't that bad. Actually, it didn't leak. It leaked a little bit, but it didn't ruin any clothes. So I was going to throw it away. Well, I decided I wanted to figure out how this thing works because I never used it and see if there was a stream or a mist that came out of it. Because based on what you have can be foam, stream, mist, spray, whatever. So I went out in the backyard, out in the open, no breeze, nothing. I said, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and squirt this out here and see what it does. If it has a red dye, sometimes they have red, green, blue dye.
Right.
Squirted it. I pretty much just hit it, and a mist came out. About it. Nothing special.
Yeah.
So, all right, I hit it the second time. Mist came out. Nothing special. So I turned around and walked back towards the house. All of a sudden, I was on fire. It was just lingering there. I walked in the house.
Into it?
Well, it wasn't walked in. It just didn't go anywhere. It just kind of hovered. And I was like, oh, my goodness. My arm was burning. My arm was burning until I went to sleep that night. So I learned a hard lesson. One, test fire your stuff, so you'll know how it works. And 2, it does work. Just make sure you spray it and run.
I was gonna say when you did your laundry with that too, did your clothes fill it on your clothes?
No, actually
burn your skin.
Yeah, I was surprised. What I was carrying was an Asp Defender, and it's a keychain, which looks like a one of those batons, little hand baton,
right?
Whatever they're called. I'm not sure what it is, but it's basically it's a keychain. You just press the button, you flip the little safety switch, press the button. It's all self-contained. Well, when she washed it, nothing came out of it. It was just leaking a little bit on the inside. So when I took it out and I looked at it, it was a little leaking. You can smell it, but the clothes was fine.
Man, I say they tear you up.
So now our other guest has arrived. We got Mr. Nick Arenas here, and we're having him on the show. He's relatively new to guns. Not relative, he's very new to guns.
Extremely new.
He bought his first gun a month ago?
A month ago. I bought my first gun actually 2 weeks ago, but I fired my first handgun a month ago.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, good for you, man. So what'd you get?
I bought two. Bought one for myself, bought a Glock 17 9mm, and then I bought a Ruger LC9 for my wife.
Nice.
So
good choices.
Yeah.
Very good choices.
Yeah, I figure we can never be too safe.
No.
So you brought them with you tonight, right?
I did.
So we're going to do a little shooting afterwards. Right?
Absolutely, man.
Sweet.
Hopefully I don't embarrass myself and your show.
Yeah.
No, not at
you
all.
won't embarrass
No.
us. We embarrass ourselves enough that, it makes it easy for you.
Well, good. Then I'm in good company. Sounds good.
Exactly.
Nick, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I am. I have a show coming out, and we're actually in between working with networks.
Okay.
And so I help create and produce certain shows, and this is going to be my first.
Okay.
And it's called Biker Bars, Rallies, and Road Trips.
That sounds awesome.
It's pretty fun. The name pretty much says it all.
That's pretty much the premise of the show.
Exactly, yeah. We have two real American bikers right here out of the Nashville area. They're going to set across the country and show you the perspective of what the world's like behind the handlebars.
So you almost have to get into guns now since you're producing a show like
pretty
that.
damn sure. Yeah. Since I don't really look the part, I think I got to at least be protected just in case I go to
you got
people that do.
the goatee going there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little edgy. So
There you go.
So how did you get into that?
I got into it actually by riding.
Okay.
So I got into riding kind of like guns. I found the interest in it and something I always wanted to do pretty much my entire life. And thought it would be fun to get into. And sure enough, met up with a few bikers that had an idea for a show, a concept, a shell, if you will. And one thing led to another and used a marketing background and made it work.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so it's fun.
We may have to talk to you soon about the little show idea that we're working on.
Come on, man. Bring it.
Basically turning this into a TV show.
That could be actually pretty awesome.
When's the biker? Say it again with the name of it.
Biker Bars, Rallies, and Road Trips.
Biker Bars, Rallies, and Road Trips.
We're going to screw it up every time.
That's fine. I've been doing it myself, so no worries.
When's that going to be released?
Well, we've already started airing. Already started recording.
Recording, okay.
So we've got a lot of B-roll footage, our sizzle reel, and things of that nature done. So it really depends upon the network. Depends upon the network that finally picks us up, and then we strike the deal as to how many episodes and when they want it to run.
Can you give us a little taste of maybe the first episode of what your stars are encountering and what they're doing?
It's everything you would imagine a biker going through and everything you wouldn't imagine a biker going through. So it's about the rallies that exist, like Sturgis and Daytona Bike Week and Biketoberfest, all those. But then it's the little rallies that you never even knew were out there. Angel City, Laconia, ones that are just literally in your backyard that if you didn't know that they were around or they were happening, you'd never know.
So it's kind of similar to these, like the Food Network shows where they go to different restaurants, but this is all biker stuff.
It's all biker stuff. So
that's cool.
It's the rallies at every episode, our bikers will end up at some rally, whatever that rally is.
Awesome.
It's the road trips that they take in which to get there and the places they stop along the way. Cool. So it's literally kind of stepping outside the cage, as bikers call it, and feeling the freedom in the wind and literally just absolutely checking out the country from a viewpoint that you can't experience in any other way.
Awesome.
So if you don't ride, you're not going to understand. But the cool thing is, a lot of people, there's 17 million registered motorcycle riders in the U.S., and that's just a fraction of the people that are actually registered. There's plenty that aren't registered. Mm-hmm. But the goal is people will watch this and vicariously live through these guys and hopefully understand that it can be a lot of fun, and at the same time, encourage them to kind of get off their ass and ride themselves. So,
nice.
Am I allowed to say ass?
Yes,
I just said it again, actually.
You can say whatever you want. I'll just bleep.
Okay, cool.
We believe
it out.
saying and everything.
I thought it was funny because I said, "Can I say ass?" Even though I just said ass, so I said it twice.
That worked.
So we're not live. So
we got another crazy straggler coming in here.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
Crazy. So what kind of bikes are these guys riding?
We actually they both ride Harleys. So one has a Street Glide, one has Electric Glide. But we're actually partnering with Harley Davidson, and part of the show is going to be showing the new Harley line throughout each episode. So they'll be riding different Harley bikes every single episode, critiquing the bikes, critiquing the accessories, telling you what you can do to your bike, and it's pretty fun. And one of the episodes is we're actually going to be hitting a couple different shooting ranges.
Awesome.
And these guys are both ex-military. And they definitely know how to shoot. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand, bikers and guns.
No network yet, right?
Well, we're in between two. So
okay.
We're negotiating between two.
Is there a way that our listeners can go and kind of monitor it to where when they know?
Facebook. You can actually go on Facebook. Yeah, just look up Biker Bars, Rallies, and Road Trips on Facebook and or Twitter. Get all the information on there.
So you say these guys are local to the Nashville area. Mm-hmm. We'd love to have them on the show.
We can do it. We can absolutely do it. Yeah, we'll get them in and anytime. We'd love to.
Yeah,
and those are actually the guys that took me shooting the first time. So, it was fun. I got to tell you, it's something that kind of like motorcycles. If you don't ride, you don't get it. If you don't shoot, you don't get it.
Right.
Gotcha.
There's not just a.
But once
a
you get in it,
confidence.
you're hooked.
You're absolutely hooked.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, for me, I'm traveling a bit. There's no other way that I could imagine being a husband, leaving town, leaving my home, and leaving my family and my wife unprotected.
Yeah.
It's just not in this world, not in this
No.
day and age. So the fact that my wife was willing to do it and excited about it, that means more to me. So
Awesome. Now you're going to get your concealed carry license?
I am. I'm actually going to get it this weekend.
Well, you got this guy right here you can talk to about holsters.
Cool.
He's got some good stuff.
Let me know, man. I'd love to check it out. So, yeah, it's fun. It's pretty neat, and I got to say, I'm a little nervous about shooting in this range with people being so close because I'm not quite sure how good my aim is. But
we'll let Scott talk.
Oh, no,
to that.
don't worry about that.
give him some peace of mind, Scott.
That glass is bulletproof.
It's all bulletproof. You're good to go.
All right, good.
Well, Nick, we appreciate
They let us
it, man.
shoot here, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I'm fine.
Yeah, you're safe.
I don't know if your viewers have seen you guys, but your listeners, but yeah, definitely, I'm fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, just joking. But thank you guys so much for having me on.
We put some
Appreciate it,
videos
man.
out there, so they've seen it.
Okay,
Yeah, they've seen
good.
They've
Well,
seen
thank
the
you, guys.
menagerie.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll
got it.
definitely keep in touch and
All right.
get you guys on the show sometime.
Sounds good, man.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks
Nick.
for stopping by.
We keep getting these guests that keep randomly
People will just start popping
in.
in. Nashville Armory's the place to be, huh?
And it's Scott, who is our main guest, he's still going to stay on the whole show. We love Scott.
We still got holster talk to talk
Well,
about.
thank you for not kicking me off.
No, we're not going to. This giant over here next to me, and I can say he's a giant. He's one of the few people that are taller than me.
He is.
I bet everybody knows who it is now already.
Yeah, probably.
You meant smarter, not taller, right?
Yes.
Probably
exactly.
both. A little bit of both, isn't it?
A lot of both.
Hickok 45 has joined us.
And one episode too late because this is episode 46.
Well,
you
a
know.
little slow on things normally.
Better late than never,
No,
right?
I just happened to be in the gun shop here, and I saw some ugly people with microphones on their heads, and so
He was talking about me.
yeah. Well, I'm always hanging out in gun shops, so here I am. Did you want me to say something profound just to kind of add to the program?
A deep
Well, what have you
thought
been up
by
to
Hickok
lately?
45.
What have I been up to? Shooting a lot. John and I,
No doubt,
every
yeah.
day this week, we have made videos. We have been taking advantage of pretty nice weather, and I feel like every day it's been the same. We get up and prepare and clean the range, paint, and clean up from the day before, and get some cool firearm out, and get ready to do a video. We've had a lot of fun.
What have we got to look forward to?
Well, I don't know if anybody looks forward to it, but
shoot, yeah,
well,
man.
we got some more pretty lever action coming up.
Yeah?
Did a Henry video today.
Henry video?
Yeah, the 1860 Henry, not the new company. And although we've done some things with that company as well, but the newer models. But this was with a reproduction of the 1860 Henry, the first lever action, basically. And I came by one and just love it. But on a high wall this week, the old Desert Eagle action.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The 44 or the 50?
44
Oh, okay.
is one I have. Got it back out. We had some spring issues with it for about 2 years and got it working again. New springs and the new recoil spring, new magazine springs and everything. Got it working again. And it's not my favorite firearm in the world or anything, but it's interesting. And so we hadn't done a chapter 2 with it. John likes it more than I do. He I don't know. I'm beginning to worry about that boy. He really enjoys that big clunker.
we were talking about Scott over here. That's his summer carry.
He carries an appendix.
Yep, 50.
Yeah.
With his
58.
shorts.
Oh,
I
man.
appendix carry that thing.
Yeah, really.
I do.
He actually does.
Oh, for real?
He really
Yes, sir.
does.
Oh, I thought we were joking here.
No,
Okay,
sir. I have
Yeah,
pictures.
It's kind of a joke, but it's real.
We've been talking concealment, and Scott builds. Yeah, he makes
assemble
creates
and,
Kydex and leather holsters and all kinds of cool stuff.
You definitely need a good holster for that thing.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah, oh yeah.
Have you made a holster for that?
Oh, I made several.
Oh,
actually,
hey, okay.
I know of a gentleman that actually has a gold-plated Desert Eagle, and I made an all-white Kydex holster for it.
Oh,
he wanted to
wow.
pimp it out.
That was
That definitely.
I've made a black
Look at
one.
me, doesn't
I made a red one, a white one. Yeah.
Well, that'd be a shame to conceal that, wouldn't it? Oh man, a gold-plated Desert Eagle and a white holster. You got to open carry
I
that
don't
thing.
think that
you
counts
gotta
as
flash
concealment,
that.
does it?
Yeah, you want a chest holster for
You
that.
could see that through his jacket. Yeah.
He just holds it in his hand, walks around with it. Look.
Oh man, Those things are tanks. Well, I remember right after I bought that one about 3 years ago, I was in communication, I guess, we're doing YouTube, and with some guy, he was a police officer, and he carried one every day. I mean, every day, and he loved it. And after about 2 or 3 years, he finally switched over to something else. But
that's one hell of a backup
after his
gun.
hip surgery, right?
Yeah, really. The magazines for the video, no magazine holder will hold those magazines. I'm sure they make one. Somebody does, but I had no magazine, no holster for it. So I never have a holster when we do anything with that thing.
He can make just about anything.
I'll hook you up.
No, then I'll be expected to shoot it more. Maybe John will have a chat with you.
John would appreciate it, maybe.
Yeah, man.
Now, I was proud and giddy this last week.
Proud and giddy.
I sent a mass text of my Mosin Nagant that I bought to all the Mosin owners that I know.
Yeah.
And somebody at this table said he did not recognize the gun counter. I've been to a gun shop that this man has not been to.
That's hard to find. And that was in Columbia, right?
Yeah.
I have to look that one up.
North
On the
side
north side
gun.
of Columbia.
North side
It's
gun.
right past
It's on 31A?
Yeah,
Right
right
off
past
the main highway there.
Or 31W, I guess. Was it 31?
31A. Yeah.
31A.
It's right
31.
past Spring Hill High School on the left. Like there's a little
Okay.
Burger King and everything there. So
Okay.
nice guys. In
So
there.
it's in Spring Hill, more or less.
Yeah, technically. I think it's right on their border or whatever.
James
Okay.
and Gabe. Check them out down there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I get down that way. I hate for there to be a gun shop I'm not aware of.
We got you back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We got you covered.
Yeah. Well,
We'll take care of it.
I studied that counter and
Just
the
couldn't figure it
ammo
out.
shells. I thought, it looks a little bit like this. No, I just didn't know who it was.
It
Congratulations on your Mosin. Everybody needs one.
Yeah, I've got to get all the Cosmoline cleaned out first, though. I hadn't shot it
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
I got on some forums and asked, can you shoot a Mosin with the Cosmoline in it? And I got a lot of people saying yes, but it burns, so it wouldn't be good.
Yeah, and I think it tends to seize up the bolt. It's hard to get the bolt open after
Gotcha.
a while until you get that really clean. But they're fun, and they're relatively inexpensive to shoot.
Yeah. Inexpensive rifle. I mean, I know
Yeah.
you used to be able to get them for a lot cheaper, but
Yeah,
Still
and
pretty
they're
cheap.
historical.
yeah.
Well, that's what happens with those surplus guns is when they first start out, then everybody all of a sudden starts swarming over them, and then the price jacks up on them.
Yeah, like the SKS and
Yeah,
others.
exactly.
Then you got other variables like import laws and who's in office and all that sort of thing affects it. But they're cheap now. Who knows in 5 years what they'll be?
What's your most recent acquisition? Have you got any new acquisitions
I guess the
or T&Es maybe?
the high wall. If you're familiar with John Browning's first design, his first rifle was a single shot. Get my head clear. Back in the late 1870s, he designed it. He was 23 years old, and his first gun design was a single shot. They call it. It's become known as a high wall and low wall, different calibers, but.
Right.
It's kind of a lever gun, like a Sharps in a way, but different too, and with a falling block and everything. And he kind of redesigned the Sharps rifle in a way, Buffalo rifle, and made it smarter. I'm sure he thought, and probably is
At
with
the
a
time,
center, centerfire hammer and all that, or a center placed hammer. And I've never had one, and I ran across a viewer at a gun show this past weekend had one. And walk around was going to sell U-Birdie reproduction, and so ended up walking away with that, and we did video with it. But is there something neat about a single shot?
How'd it feel?
How did it feel?
Shooting, yeah.
Yeah, it feels great. It's 4570, so one of my favorite cartridges. You can't hate a 4570. I'll bet you guys run Patriotic. You don't have a 4570.
I don't have a 45.
Not that
I'm
we're
sitting at a
unpatriotic.
table with people who do not
No,
have
we're
you have a
unpatriotic. We're
Negative.
just,
Negative.
negative.
we're just unknowing.
So, no.
That's what it is.
I can't
no.
find ammo for it, so I don't have a gun.
Yeah.
I bet you've got to die for that, don't you?
Oh, I do. I crank them out on a
you
progressive
reload
press.
Yeah.
4570 Buffalo rounds. I have 4570s, so it was a natural for me. But I mean, it's just a classic rifle. I love those historical guns, and again, I should have had already the first gun that John Browning designed. I'm this late getting to it, so I'm proud of that. One of these days, I'll get a Browning high power. I guess that was his last design.
The high power.
Yeah, I think. I'll get around to all of them eventually.
Yeah.
So what do you all? We already talked about what y'all been shooting, I guess, lately.
Well, I didn't. Did I finish my list of my acquisitions from last week?
I don't know. Run
think
through
so.
them again.
Oh, we
So
got some.
I got
purchases.
Rub it in.
I got the Mosin,
Yeah.
and then I got a Marlin 30-30 lever action. I
All right.
got a Ruger 1022 takedown.
All right.
That is a fun little rifle.
Isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I love that little thing. And then the little backpack that comes with it, little tactical backpack.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's
You
like
put that
one
on
of
your
my favorite
back
things,
and
Spark.
carry it around.
And then I got another Glock 19 and a Glock 30.
Wow.
I
What's up
racked
with this guy?
He hit the lottery.
I did.
Wow.
I got to work for it, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good.
He's trying to catch up to me.
2 Glocks in 1 week?
Yes. Well, the other Glock came the second week.
I understand the Glock 19 is pretty popular.
I hear.
But, so I know y'all have a show to go to do, so I
Thanks
can...
for stopping by, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
I'll
it.
slip away here. And where did you say the beer was?
It is right over there.
Oh, no, we're in a gun shop, aren't
Yes.
we? Okay.
I think Pepper's drinking it all over there.
Yeah. No,
I
just
got to get
kidding.
her away from the keg.
No, good to see. Well, I would say it's good to see y'all, but my mother taught me not to lie. But no, it was good to see you all. So I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks,
All right, bye-bye.
I think our influx of guests, surprise guests, and
You never know.
scheduled
The night
guests,
is still young.
have slowed down. So since we're talking concealment, it's kind of seems like we've been concealing Scott for a little while. But
It's all right. I'm good at being
Nice
concealed.
play on words there,
Yeah.
partner.
do you like that?
I like that.
I'll keep it in.
I'm very, very sneaky.
yeah, very sneaky.
Very, very.
Wait a minute. Was that a Russian accent?
I don't know. What was that guy in
It was-
Mr. Deeds?
I think he was Spanish.
Something.
A Spanish descent. I don't know.
So you concealed a lot of stuff today.
I can conceal.
What's the most you've ever concealed at one time? And how did you do
I'm
it?
not sure about the most, but I know that I have concealed a shotgun
Really?
based on a dare.
Did you have a trench coat?
No, it was actually my work clothes.
Full
Andrew
size?
said, I bet you can't stick that shotgun down your pants. And I said, I bet you I can. So I grabbed a Mossberg 500 and stuck it down my pants.
I didn't think I'd ever hear that on the show.
Hey,
There you
things
go.
happen.
We're a
Mossberg
show
500
first.
And stuck it down your pants.
Yep.
So how long did you conceal that?
Probably for a second.
Now, was part of the bet is you actually had to walk around and nobody notice it?
No.
Okay.
It was
It's just getting it in your
yep.
pants, huh?
Yeah, when you're wearing skinny jeans that I do, it's kind of hard. But I can make it possible.
You are innovative. There's
Yeah,
no doubt
yeah,
about that. And speaking of innovations,
Yeah.
your holsters. Let's talk about those.
How do
Okay.
people find out about you?
You know,
Come
through
to
the
National
government.
Army?
Yeah, the government.
Background check?
Background
Most wanted
checks.
sites.
Yeah, it's wiretap, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or just come in and say, hello, I have a problem. But
You say you're working on a website.
yeah,
right?
I'm working on it's Ronin Holsters. No, it's Ronin-holsters.com or Facebook, Ronin
But it's
Holsters.
not built yet?
It's not built until I talk to a
maybe
gentleman.
we shouldn't
yeah.
spread that
No,
word.
well, it's just that first page.
But you got a Facebook, though, right?
I do, but the website goes to my Facebook.
Oh, okay.
It's just a blanket page with
Okay.
coming soon, and click on this to go to Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
Cool.
It's Ronin Holsters and Consulting because
So I know some people want to. We know how to get in touch with you, and we're going to post links. Want to know the process and how you go about building these holsters, the Kydex.
I've been basically right now I only have a limited number of guns. I can build off of. Usually, if it's a weird gun, I usually request to get the gun. It's local people around here. Like I built one for a FN 5.7 with a laser attached to it. I like to be pushed to the limits, and people have things that say, hey, I can't find a holster for this gun, and I said, well, I'll try it. I still need your gun because I don't have that one. If I do, if it's a popular model, I usually have it at home, or I can build it and try it.
Right.
But
So you got to actually have the gun to make a mold out of it?
yes, sir. I like to use the gun itself so it fits better. Like I just did one for Sean for STI. Stuff like that. I've made some for Smith
Mr.
Wesson
40
Governor.
Eagle.
Yeah, you're Mr. 40 Eagle.
Yep.
There's a lot of holster companies out there. I'm not going to say I am better than the rest. I'm not going to say I'm worse than the rest. I'm going to say I try.
You try to please?
Yeah,
you aim to please?
It's basically it was a hobby. It stemmed from the fact that a lot of these custom holster people were taking months to make a gun or a holster. Like for instance, I just battled a 13-month fight with a holster company to get a holster, and I wound up just getting my money back. So it all stemmed that I got tired of waiting. So I said, hey, I could probably do this myself, and it just went from there.
And that's how Ronin came to be, huh?
Yep.
Very
It was, some other names, but we're not going to say those on the line. But Ronin is cool. I
Now,
like
do you
the Ronin.
is it just Kydex? You do leather and Kydex?
I do. It's what's called a hybrid. It's a leather and Kydex, like the one that Zeke has. I don't do strictly leather because I don't have the equipment. I don't have the sewing machine and stuff to do all strictly leather.
Right.
I can do it by hand, but that would take me forever, and my hand would cramp up. But yeah, if I had a sewing machine,
Try to
I
get some
probably would.
blisters and...
Oh yeah, it gets tedious.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kydex or a form of plastic material like that. There's several other companies out there. Kydex is just a brand name.
Let's go ahead and talk about it. We've had a lot of people asking about it. You said something about a Mossberg 500 you shoved down your pants.
Yep.
Something else people have been requesting lately is to talk about what?
Where are you headed with this?
Shotgun, home defense shotguns.
Okay.
Let's just jump to another subject. What the hell?
Okay.
We've had it like 20 guests.
That was a segue right there.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I should have done it back when you talked about shoving a Mossberg down your pants.
Hey, you can fix that.
So, when it comes to home defense shotguns, what do you recommend? What do you think? What's your opinions on it? Or should you just avoid it?
No, you shouldn't avoid it. It's not like a plague or anything. Shotguns are good self-defense weapons. We can get Sean or somebody, one of the other gentlemen that can chime in, but a shotgun is actually, it does have its place.
You got this, man.
Yeah, it does have its place, but there's certain features on a shotgun that's recommended. For example, any home defense gun requires a flashlight of some sort. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be attached. It has to be somewhere in the equation, but shotguns, you can put a flashlight on a shotgun. It's kind of recommended to have some a larger capacity magazine or
tube
capacity
tube.
Yeah, because as you know, the shotgun shell itself is so large. You don't want basically a hunting shotgun.
So what's your thoughts on the loads to use for home defense?
For defensive purpose, anything you have is better than nothing. That's all I have to say, especially when it comes to guns. You can use a double aught. You can use a slug. You can use whatever you want. There's a lot of home defense or defensive rounds out there you can pick from. To include, there are some low recoil rounds that are pretty interesting to use, especially if you're going to use in the house. It's not going to give a lot of recoil, especially if you got a smaller frame person to shoot the shotgun. My personal home defense shotgun, actually I have two. I have a Remington 870 pump action with a Mesa Tactical shock absorbing stock, which takes about 30% of the recoil away from it, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And I have a Remington 1100 short barrel shotgun. So it just depends on how I feel that day and who comes in. I mean,
who's going to get what?
Yeah, exactly. So
what you want to shove down your pants that day?
Yes, sir. But it depends on what. And both of them do have a light of some sort. It has night sights on them as well, because you can put night sights on a shotgun like you can a rifle or a pistol. Also, they usually have some type of speed feed apparatus on it, like a side saddle or a stock that allows extra rounds, because, maybe I missed, but hopefully I didn't. That wasn't a good comment, but...
Now, it goes with the kind of load you use, too, with the spread that you're going to get from
definitely.
From your shot,
definitely.
Too. I say just shoot a normal spread. Don't worry about choking it down, because then you decrease your chance of hitting somebody.
That's true, but you don't want to use like bird shot or target shot, because it's going to spread so much wider. And let's say if you have a long hallway and there's somebody at the end of the hallway, mm-hmm. You're not going to really get the full effect. There's some defensive rounds out there that actually has both a slug and some buckshot in there as well, so you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah. A little hybrid.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So to speak.
Oh, yeah.
And for going around corners, you don't necessarily want the longest shotgun either.
You don't.
Want to be able to maneuver.
Yeah, you don't want the longest barrel, but if you're going to stay place, let's say if there's an intruder in your house, you're going to lock yourself in your master bedroom, you're not going to leave. You're going to get on the phone, call 911, mm-hmm. and you're just going to stay there. It doesn't really matter the length of the barrel. You need something to protect yourself. So if all you have is a hunting shotgun, that Benelli that you love so well, you can use it. It's just you got to be prepared. If you do have to leave or move, the longer barrel is not going to help you as much as a shorter barrel.
Right.
So,
but again, like you said, the one you've got's better than the one you don't.
Exactly.
Plus, if you have a smart bad guy and he sees that barrel coming around the corner, he just grabs it.
Exactly. That's why you don't put the flashlight on the end of the barrel.
A shotgun with that bead sight, I mean, they're typically range on those as far as, the way they rate the spreads and everything. It's typically done about, 100 yards?
Yeah, but we've got some...
than that, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
it's like 30, I think.
No, it's 100.
But if
30.
you're going to use a defensive shotgun, some of them are going to have rifle sights on it, too. I mean, it depends on what gun you get.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, the Mossberg 500, I mean, if you get like the 930 or something like that, or some of them are going to have rifle sights.
Yeah.
So
but the typical spread on those is about 1 yard or 1 inch per yard spread.
If you say so.
So we're
I
just
know.
talking about for if you're in the house and you're closer.
Oh yeah.
You got to take into consideration kind of.
Yeah.
But then it depends on your load, too.
Yeah, it depends on the load.
So you aim high, because a shotgun typically, when they shoot, they're They're shooting high, so
That's correct.
when you're aiming at your target, you want to aim low because the shot's going to go high, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to aim dead center mass.
Just dead center mass.
Yep.
You're going to hit something
my house
with the
isn't
shotgun,
100 yards long.
No,
so-
mine's not either.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When they're sighted in for 100 yards, you're in a house, it's going to be a lot shorter. So when you're shooting, you want to aim lower because the shot's going to go higher.
Still go up.
It's going to go up.
I don't know
Yeah.
technical stuff.
Kinda like when I
That's
was-
what Sean's area is.
Kind of like
Well,
when
I
I was.
figured Zeke would be all over this because this is
Yeah.
all technical crap.
Yeah, I didn't really get technical on the
Techno
shotgun.
geek.
Although I did screw up when I was zeroing in my deer rifle for Saturday. Yeah, I got all excited because it was just like shooting through the same hole every time on the bullseye. And I was like, yes! And then I packed everything up and realized I was zeroing at 25 yards. So I've got to lower the...
Yeah, what was the first thing I said to you?
I know.
Did you
25 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was like, make sure you aim low.
I'm like, dang, this thing is awesome.
Is there any other question about shotguns besides they go boom?
Well, Sean was going to come argue with you, but I don't know if he's coming now.
Well, we argue every day. It's just depending on what we're talking about at the time.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
was funny
He's probably
when we
still
argued.
talking at Hickok.
I've got a Mossberg 500 for my home defense shotgun.
You know, a lot of people, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people, several people that come in and ask us our opinion between the Mossberg and the Remington. I like both of them. To me, honestly, the only thing difference between the two is the location of the safety. They both operate the same. The 500 and the 870 operate the same. It's just the Mossberg's safety's up on the top of the receiver that you can use your thumb, and the Remington's going to be on the trigger guard where you're going to use your index finger.
And haven't they been having some issues with the newer Mossbergs?
I'm not sure. It depends.
heard.
It depends on which one it is. I think there was some issues with some of the stocks. I know the Flex stock when it was new, but
Yeah.
it's good. The only thing that, people like to get tactical shotguns or defensive shotguns, and they want that pistol grip. Well, Mossberg's version, since the safety's on top, it's harder to get to the safety if you have a pistol grip of some sort. While the Remington is easier because you still use the same index finger to push the safety.
Mine's got a pistol grip, and I got the tactical butt stock and everything on it. It's not been an issue for me as far as getting to
Oh, yeah?
it. I guess it just depends on people's
Yep.
Or you end up
hands and
going
whatnot.
with
But
hands, yeah.
it's a matter of anything, It's getting used to your firearm and knowing your firearm and
Exactly.
being proficient with it.
Whatever firearm you get, you have to at least shoot it.
Yeah.
You can't just buy it and
You gotta
say,
go
this is,
practice with it.
you have to practice with
You
it.
got to get to know it, be familiar with it.
Exactly.
Or end up getting something like the KSG, the high capacity.
You could.
fun.
You could.
Yeah.
But
You
we
don't
were
like
talking
KSG?
Yeah, well,
You got to talk us out of it because both of us are looking at one before.
Well, it's up to you. It's if you want one, I'll sell you one. I'll be happy to. But if you want some bad things, I can say bad things about anything. But no, it's a preference. It's a newer design.
What about the Utahs?
Same thing.
Good and bad?
Both. It's up to you.
And what's the one over there that's like a revolver shotgun?
Oh, that's the. I think that's SRM.
That makes
SRM
no sense to me
16.
at all.
No, it's a cylinder.
Yeah.
They come in 8, 10, 8, 12, and 16 shot, depending on which model.
Yeah.
It's just you rotate the cylinder. But it's semi-auto, unlike the KSG, it's pump action. So you just pull the trigger until it goes click,
And then
then you
rotate.
rotate the cylinder.
Now, do you guys
Okay,
have one of those shot? You used to have one. It's considered other.
Now, we have the short barrel version of the shotgun. It only holds 8. Mm-hmm. We have that one. We don't have
You
the
know
other.
what I'm talking about? That shotgun. It's like a shotgun pistol kind of.
It's like a Subu. I believe that's how you
I
say it.
think
Yeah,
that's what
Subu.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was NFA category other.
Yeah.
The tax stamp on it was what
$5.
Yeah.
Anytime
you still had to register it, but
You still,
it's
yeah.
not the $200 tax stamp. It's the $5.
No.
or 10
If
or
it
whatever.
comes from the manufacturer as an AOW, any other weapon, it's a $5 tax stamp. If it's a short barrel machine gun, suppressor, whatever, it's a $200 tax stamp.
That makes a lot of no sense.
It doesn't.
No.
But the great state of Tennessee, we're allowed to have any one of those.
Yes.
It is legal.
Tennessee.
Yes. And you guys used to have one over in the case, and I'm that close to getting it, and I came back and it was gone.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I mean, it was really short.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I happen to know a certain person that has one.
Shawnee Sean.
Yeah,
The Godwin, no longer Godwin lookalike.
exactly. And there may
You
be
don't-
some good stuff, but it wasn't good
You'll be-
content.
You don't
You'll
think
be
our content
surprised.
was that good?
I don't know. It depends.
Well, how can you spice it up?
I can take my clothes off.
No.
You're right. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah. So let's
Not
thank our
good for radio.
sponsors.
Thank you to sponsors.
Yeah, thanks to US Elite Gear, us-elitegear.com.
ICE Training, icetraining.us.
Also on the US Elite Gear site, don't forget to use the code TalkingLead to get your discount there. And All or Nothing Tattoo Studios, that's allornothingtattoo.com, and their gun-friendly website with all the gun-friendly merch, strangleholemerch.com.
Holder and Green Professional Real Estate Services, HG Press, for all your Middle Tennessee real estate needs. And you can contact them at 1-800-615-1840, extension 2222.
And don't forget to check out our guest's website, or not website, but Facebook page. Nick's page was Biker Bars
Road trips. Bikers, bars, and road trips, I believe.
Bikers Bar Road Trips and Rallies.
Yeah.
Just rewind the show.
Yeah, rewind the show because we told him we wouldn't get it right.
And we didn't.
Nick, if you're listening to this, we apologize. I think it's Biker Bar Rallies and Road Trips. That's it. Biker Bars, Rallies, and Road Trips. Just look that up on Facebook.
Just to make sure, we'll put a link on the
Yes, the link will be in the show notes. And also Ronin Holsters on Facebook. What's the website to link to it?
Ronin-holsters.com.
And then, of course, Hickok 45. You know where to find him.
Hickok 45. Also like to thank our partners Ergo Grip. We'd like to thank Clay Greenfield.
And Clutch Defense.
And Clutch Defense.
ClutchDefense.com. Enter the code TalkingLead68.
And also the Rescue Ranch. We've got a big deal coming up there in February, and we're in the midst of getting all that worked out right now.
February 1st, right?
Yeah, it's going to be February the 1st, and what we're doing there is we're having a kind of a celebrity shootout, and it's going to be for the competition itself. Is going to be for some local people at the range that we're doing it at, but we're taking donations from everyone. So we've got a surprise for you guys that we're going to be announcing in an upcoming show that will help raise money for the Rescue Ranch, and you guys are going to be extremely stoked about it, I promise you.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned for that, but check out the Rescue Ranch, and just go to rescueranch.com.
And don't forget to send in your pictures of your 1911s for the 1911 beauty pageant.
And we'll have the rules and giveaway stuff coming up on that too. We're still ironing those out.
And now Sean shows up.
It's too late.
Sean, you know what you get to do? You get to say, keep your firearms closer.
Selling suppressors.
Yes, you were. So as
we
always,
didn't want to impede that. We didn't want to impede on that.
So as always, left hand, keep your loved ones close.
Keep your firearms closer.